I'm gonna tell you how to fight energetically, spiritually, or at least how I fight. And this is something that I discovered. I mean, I knew how to do it, but I guess I wasn't implementing it properly. I'm gonna tell you, I'm guessing and I'm assuming that you know how you feel when you're by yourself, that you have done your shadow work, that you are comfortable being in your own presence without needing anybody, anyone to feel good. Back to what I was saying. I'm going to tell you how you fight. When something comes to you mentally or that you feel it in your body, when you are around others, or sometimes certain things come and you wonder, hmm, where this is coming from? Why do I feel like this? I normally don't feel like this. What is this? What I feel this way? If it's not yours, let's say something negative. If it's not yours, just tell to yourself, this is not mine. I send it back to whoever is the sender. And then you reaffirm yourself. You tell to yourself internally, even with voice, if you want and can. You reaffirm yourself. I am loved. I'm protected. I love life. I am full alignment with the energy of God, the energy of the universe. I think that you probably have your own way of rooting yourself. Something sort of as guiding words, some sort of conversation with yourself to not lose the ground. But it sounds simple. But sometimes I notice that in a very unconscious way, me, talking about me, we tend to sort of like go in a rabbit hole in that emotion that is not so positive, or in that thought that is not so positive either. And if you think, you believe that it doesn't come from you, that it's not yours, reject it. Reject it right there, right at that moment. This is not mine. I'm not taking this. And this such. Whatever you have programming yourself to believe. It's quite interesting because how something so simple sometimes is not so simple. And I feel a lot of people that are empath, we tend to absorb things that are not ours. If we were some sort of fixer, some sort of mechanic, sometimes we tend to say, oh, I feel this, let me figure it out. And a lot of times it doesn't even come from you. Like, let's be realistic. And I got to that conclusion. I was going into this rabbit hole where I was feeling and thinking certain things. And I was like, that's not mine. What is it doing there? Sometimes conscious or unconscious, we tend to absorb one way or another the feelings and emotions of others. And sometimes energy is sent to us. And many times we tend to fix things, to try to figure it out, things, certain things. But I got to the conclusion that that is not always necessary. When you deep down know it's not yours. I'm not saying that everything is perfect, you don't have things to deal with, or there's nothing going on. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, know the difference. What comes actually from you and from out of you? Thoughts, feelings, whatever, you name it. And I got to realize that not too long ago, as I say. I was like, I was listening to something and I just literally got it. And I was like, that could be happening to me. So I told to myself, I'm gonna observe when it happens again. And I'm gonna put that in practice. So what happened? I had certain feelings, thoughts came to me out of the blue that they weren't so positive. And I literally just stood there and took a minute to reflect. And I was like, hold on a minute. That is not mine. It's not mine. This is not my baseline of how I feel. So I stood there, thought about everything. I was like, it's like if I was looking at myself, looking at everything from a third person, like what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what was happening, what am I gonna do now? And that is exactly what I did. Then I was like, that's not mine. And then I came back to myself, to my center, to who I am. That I'm a child of God, that I am loved, that I am lovable, that I love myself, that I love life, that life loves me, that I am connected with the highest and positive energy that ever has that exists. So, and I mean this in a good way. I feel like everybody should be their own fan. Like I'm a fan of me, you should be a fan of yourself, you know? Truly, truly a fan of yourself. And that's what I wanted to share. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. The more we know, the less we know.